Stocks are down, Bitcoin's up. That's the way we like to.
You ready for this? I'm ready. Welcome.
If you're gonna screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Out to give the numbers out. And I was like, no, hang up the phone right now.
Or like when it dropped in 2020, was it like exciting?
400,000 to 600,000. The generational signals are now.
Level. So I don't even know if we're gonna get back below there. But if we do, that's kind of where we.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? We got Hannah sneaking in here. Whoa, that was intense. That was intense. Oh man, it's Monday. How you doing this Monday, Hannah? How's your weekend?
Happy Monday. Candles are green.
Yep.
I had a great weekend. How about y'all?
Did anyone do any pumpkin stuff? I took my family to the pumpkin patch. It was this place called Sleepy Hollow, and it was absolutely insane. It's basically like an amusement park with hay rides and petting zoos and all the goats, all the cool stuff. So make sure to bring your family out and get that holiday spirit going. Aaron, you got any plans to go out to the pumpkin patch? Or
Bro,
what?
every time I come home, my fiance sneaks in another pumpkin on the front porch, on a table in the house.
You've got
where
a
are these
pumpkin
coming
overload.
from? Because it was just $1.
Yeah.
Dude, Costco, man, I'm so bullish on Costco. They got some big old pumpkins for $6.
Dude, I got a pumpkin that was like probably like that wide, about like that tall. It's huge. It cost. I spent like $50 on 4 pumpkins.
Costco's the way, man.
Yeah,
Pumpkin inflation.
Pumpkin patches are scams. You pay for the experience. It's like we have a hayride, all of 5 minutes long.
Adam,
so
are you all about pumpkins? Do you go out? Do you do the pumpkin patch experience, or are you waiting? You're not really in like, you're not dealing with a bunch of kids.
No. Listen, I'm still a little young. I'm single, so I don't really have a fiance begging me for more pumpkins or kids trying to carve anything.
Yeah.
up.
Well, they'll start stabbing you if you don't give them a pumpkin to stab.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I do like carving a good pumpkin. I like having some fun with Halloween. I really love costumes and like costume parties and stuff like that. But it doesn't seem anybody's doing those anymore.
Bro, the past 2 years, I haven't done anything for Halloween.
It's so shit.
And I'm like, I have to.
You gotta get out.
That's on you.
Gotta get
For
out
real,
there.
this year I have to do something. I have to.
Owen's
dress
all
up.
heated now. That's on you.
You have to. And I have to go to a pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
Y'all hold me to it.
Yeah. I mean, it is coming up on the holidays. I kind of mentioned it. When the holidays come, time just starts to move exponentially quicker for me.
Yeah,
because,
it's awesome though.
I got all the family. You're having to go to and from different events. The weeks just seem to fly by. So in my kind of market update video that I did on Sunday, I just reminded at the end, like, we are running out of time. Like, we probably have 5 or 6 months left of really profitable crypto stacking. And then we're going to be at the halving. Then things are going to start moving a few months after that in a big, big way. time is of the essence. But when I got home on Friday,
oh boy, Drew got a new car.
I captured a vehicle here. Let's go ahead and show this one. So I was taking the kids out of my minivan, and I could see this like Mustang emblem through the trees here. And just so you know, this tree that's broken right here captured a Ford Explorer. So it's basically like the scene from the Jurassic Park where the Ford Explorer gets stuck up there. This car fell off my embankment there. Then I went up to him. I was like, oh my gosh, are you guys okay? I made sure everyone was okay. Yes, Deucey, I know. Another vehicle, I know. It's not my fault. I don't attract them in. They just keep coming for me. But I made sure they were okay and that no one was hurt. Nothing nefarious happened. They're like, no, we're fine. I'm like, all right, cool. You guys call police, make sure that the tow truck's on the way. Great. Then my wife, she's just like, honey, you know what? I have to go back out there and I got to check on them. She just didn't believe me that they were okay, all this stuff. So she went out there and checked on them and they told her, yeah, we're going to actually go get some gasoline, crawl under the bush here, put some gasoline in this thing, and we're going to try to drive it through this, which is seriously like, it's mostly gargantuan rocks and huge tree limbs.
It's also your yard.
And it's also my yard.
Wait,
So
were they out of gasoline? Sorry.
they were out of gasoline and they were pushing the vehicle by hand.
Oh.
They pushed it off of the frickin' road with two people in the car.
Now that is genius.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like,
Big brain move.
That's just what we're dealing with. But yeah,
I drove past your house and I was like, I gotta call Drew. Like, yo, bro, you got a car in your yard.
I know.
Another one?
I know. It was so funny when you called me about it, man. Yeah, but they thought they were going to drive this out of here. I had to tell the cops to go pick them up, bring them back. No, they're not. You have to get a wrecker and get this back up onto the actual road. You're not going to destroy my lawn. Get off my lawn. So I had to do that. Unfortunate, but you never know what the world's going to bring to you. But make sure to follow us on Rumble if you're not already. We're just growing this account. Dropping some of the more spicy content, some of the more risque type conversations onto this channel. So don't be missing us there. But honestly, there is a lot of news that's come out. So just to warn you, I have a lot on the docket. We're going to try to get through everything. It even looks like Algorand's looking for a rebrand. I know that's buried in my news stack here somewhere, but just had to make a quick note. Maybe Algorand's rebrand is going to go for the better. I don't know. eGold has not gone that well so far, though. So keep that in mind. But let's do a quick for new people to the channel. We've been around since right around the, I think a little bit before the FTX collapse. Is when we started this channel. And, for the most part, all the way through the collapse, like basically this channel, Blockchain Basement, really got started in that 15K mark. We're going to check out our history, what I've been doing, just to reiterate for everyone. So we were stacking like there was no tomorrow right here. Moved up, made some profits on altcoins, and meme season happened right about here. Then, we were at this level at about $30,000. What I decided to do was to isolate myself from this move down. So, did let everyone know as I did it the night of, but I tethered up basically my entire portfolio right here, let it all fall down. And my portfolio, keep in mind, was, at the time, 70% Bitcoin, about 10% Ethereum, very risk off, very kind of just normie crypto portfolio at this time because I was still feeling strong about Bitcoin dominance at the time. Then I saw this cliff coming, I tethered up. And in this range here is where I actually decided to, instead of re-entering Bitcoin, I wanted for something a little bit more aggressive. So I decided.
What'd you go with?
I went with Chainlink.
Shocker.
Okay? I am a Chainlink maxi, and
should not surprise anyone in the chat if you watch on a normal
there's a
basis.
reason for this though, and there's a reason for the timing in this. This is more so what I wanted to call out because I remembered specifically last market. I mean, obviously today's prices are awesome, but let's take a look at something a little bit deeper here. So I'm going to go back to this is the front end of the bull market. Now, keep in mind, tokenomics played in. A huge token unlock happened right here. The price did not create a new all-time high at the time. And for those wondering, the unlock schedule is 7% of tokens per year. So the unlock event that it did experience during this secondary peak for Bitcoin did not play well to its overall price performance. But here's the thing in relevance to where we're at right now is I'm looking at Chainlink as the potential early mover in this market. So what we have here is the COVID crash right around March 2020. This is where I originally built. You can move my face out of the way. I want to see this spot here. So this spot right here is where I built the original bag of Chainlink and obviously everything else. But I remember just watching this thing rip, and it ripped from about $1.50 all the way up to $19 at the peak. I remember I was feeling great and took a little bit of profit when it hit 16, but then held a bag, for the remainder of the market. But this signal right here, this little heartbeat, this little realization that altcoin season is coming is what I was looking for. This signal, and I think that we're recreating that with our current situation. Basically right now, if you back up and look at all this, very, very flat right here. And then starts to wake up. So our current situation, looking in context, this is the range that we've been trapped in all year. I did not get this gigantic bag of Chainlink until right here, because I started to see that the Bitcoin dominance graph is starting to level out. And I feel like we're right on the edge of an actual altcoin season that's coming upon us right around the corner. And the reason why I feel that is because I'm watching a previous early performer. Now, obviously, its past performance doesn't indicate a guarantee that it's going to operate this way. But me, myself, I took a chance in thinking that way because I don't see Chainlink going anywhere. We see some of the most outward press releases of connections, hard-sided connections of use case with SWIFT, the Australian central banks, the New Zealand central banks, and Chainlink. So that's all out in the open as of recently. And I'm just feeling even more bullish, even after holding for years on end, just seeing it compound. And I really feel like people are missing the fact that data and proven blocks are going to be the new gold. That's where it is. The proof of energy spent, the proof of power, that consensus of security. That's where it's at. You're going to see more and more cyber attacks. And as I'm talking about this, keep it in mind, you're going to see in your Twitter feeds and your Google advertisements, more and more cybersecurity system protections are coming out to the mainstream public right now. They're preparing to be hit in different infrastructures, and they are, but they're keeping it quiet. I'm watching out for a larger kind of test of our data infrastructure still to come. That's going to come from our conflict with China. But in general, yes, Chainlink has been awesome over the last, over the last day or two. I mean, this thing has been absolutely disgusting. Now, I saw a lot of people that had good reason to believe it was going to come back down into this range. I took the risk and the chance saying that no, we're on our way to starting an actual altcoin market and it's going to break out. It's turned out well, but I still am looking for chances to buy more, somewhere around the $9.50 mark. Really what it needs to do is hold above $9.50 in general for the most part, and we're looking good because there is quite a gap in volume.
Are you going to hold it? Are you going to take some early profits?
No, because I've made good early profits through accumulation market. Really, I've met my goals of building an outbuilding additional to my house and some other things I needed to do. So now I'm in the mindset, I am holding this bag that I've moved into all the way till mid 2025. That's roughly when I'm looking to scale out. And again, scaling out in 25% portions. So that's the game plan. That's what it's been. We're feeling good so far. Bitcoin is absolutely having no chill today. We are hitting 31,100.
It's gone up a little bit more.
It has.
It's been teasing that 31K for a minute.
It's looking absolutely feisty. We're up about 4% for the day, just under 10% for the week, 17% on the month. And yeah, dude, this thing is crushing. And, we're talking from this, move our face out of here, because this is the great explanation of this channel. We literally started right about here, got crushed by FTX with that final death blow. And this is where we're looking at the cost of Bitcoin being $19,000 to mine it. It was selling for 16. We were all in. So
I went ham then, man.
I know. And then the timing, the fun part about looking at the dominant cycle is knowing in my mind that we're looking for a turnaround. So got out of Bitcoin, turned it into, a larger bag of Chainlink, and we're feeling good. I am going, I've talked about, on Friday also, Avalanche is on my radar, but I'm also going to be building a bag of Quant. I do feel like Quant's a good project. It's got good tokenomics. We're going to be doing a little bit more of a deep dive on the tokenomics outlook for Quant by the time the next bull market comes. But in general, I'm sticking to the thesis of how I look at everything is we're probably topping out at $5 trillion for a market cap without any of the awesome Bitcoin spot ETF or extra juicy stuff happening. So the future is bright even without all of this amazing news and things that are building up in the background. We have some other things that, we're looking at. Kind of my intro, stocks are down, Bitcoin's up. So this is from Corey Klippstein, just showing the potential beginnings of decoupling. We have the Dow Jones moving down aggressively over the past week.
More like Down Jones.
Yes,
right?
Down Jones. And this is even this is when we were at 29.4. This is even more than it sits right now. Like, this is a clearer picture here. So Bitcoin is in the orange, and we're absolutely having no chill while stocks are getting crushed. Owen, your dad asked you about stocks, didn't he? Told you to run away, or are you all in?
Yeah, no, he's more of a traditional finance guy. He doesn't have any crypto, but the other day he asked me, he said, do you have any money in stocks? And I said no, because I thought he was going to get mad at me for, putting all of it in crypto. But he actually said, good.
Yeah?
Like, don't be enticed.
He's turning into
take it all out.
See, this is the type, and that's the type of stuff I wanted to highlight, because your dad is outside of crypto. He's not in this every day. And people that are in stocks that see their downward trajectory, but then also on the news, they see Bitcoin's doubling over the past year. Man, they start to look at crypto a little bit more seriously. There's no other way to cut that. I mean, if they're losing, they see someone else winning in mass. That's going to attract more people to the ecosystem, and I'm all for it, because it's all about showing them that they don't have to get stuck to the same kind of modern monetary devices that we're used to using, like stocks, treasuries, things like that. And don't get me wrong, treasuries are up to 5% return right now, so it's not horrible to park your money in treasury. Probably not outpacing inflation if you're holding for longer than a year, though. So we also have some good things happening in Congress. I know the House of Representatives, leader of the House, is at a standstill right now, waiting for a leader. We got Bitcoin and crypto proponent Tom Emmer officially announcing his candidacy for the Speaker of the House of Representatives. And I absolutely love Tom Emmer, so I really hope he gets this one. Minnesota representative has surprisingly announced that he will run for the Speaker of the House of Reps. This announcement comes on the heels of unprecedented impeachment of Representative Kevin McCarthy earlier this month, which we all obviously remember. Emmer has previously stated that he would not seek speakership of the House, but is instead interested in the position of House Majority Leader. He currently ranks third in the leadership of House Reps as the majority speaker. So he definitely has a good spot right now, but he's looking for that bid on the top spot. He also explained that the U.S. is not behind China on crypto, noting that there's a difference between crypto and central bank digital currencies, which he described as a government surveillance tool. In response, he claimed that crypto provides freedom and does not destroy it. And this is really why we need to steward behind this, guys. He's making a clear distinction between our open source, transparent system of cryptocurrency and the potentials if we have a tyrannical regime take over or continue to hold on to this country. We have the potential to running into our CBDC problem, where controls and just overall bad juju picks up steam, because honestly, you have the right to privacy, you have the right to transact. They shouldn't have those, kind of expectations where they understand everything about you, but you understand nothing about your elected leaders. That's not how this is supposed to work. So I like Tom Emmer for that. We also had Hester Peirce. She came out with this. Now, for everyone that doesn't know Hester Peirce, she's within the SEC. She's pretty high up there. I think she's third in line for the top spot at the SEC. So that's pretty cool to hear. Let's play just a piece of this on the Squawk Box. I believe this came out just a few hours ago.
I can't say whether or not the commission is ready to approve a Bitcoin exchange traded product. I've been thinking we should approve one for the last 5 years. So the logic for why we haven't has always mystified me. The court case obviously is an important factor in the landscape, but I can't guess as to my colleagues' approach to this topic.
But the third
I think I like her.
I do too. I do too. She's been good. She's been good. And like, it's nice to have someone that's like so high up the rung. Like she's third in line at the SEC from what I remember looking at on her position there. And to see her be mystified that there hasn't been a spot Bitcoin ETF really kind of pulling that conversation into the limelight is something that is very, very valuable. And Ziggy XXX, no, Drew is not Owen's dad, but I'd be proud if I was.
Oh,
you know what I mean? He's a good human.
There's a big smile on Owen's face right now.
I hope my son is of the same mindset. This country needs hardened men for the future. As dangerous of a conversational note as that might be, that's what we need. So it's where it is. What did I do?
That face was awesome.
What, my face?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, everyone gets their feathers ruffled. You know what I mean? When I brought up the fact that the military is advertising their old ways because they know that actual war is coming.
Don't get me started. Dude.
I know. And then, but on that note, they're serving steak and lobster for the crew on these Navy ships.
Really?
Yeah, and that's not a good sign because that means they're sending you off to a problematic situation if you're getting steak and lobster. So it's not looking good out there. But yeah, honestly, this country needs to harden up. You need to grow your children to be hard, sovereign individuals that can make it through, start businesses, think it for themselves. Don't be indoctrinated into plug and play BS because they will lose. So we also had this from the banks. We're going to be covering, I'm going to be always paying attention to how much money is leaving the banks because I feel like the situation within the banking structure is on a razor's edge. They are a few missteps from going insolvent in mass. We got $44 billion exiting the banks of Bank of America, JP Morgan, BNY Mellon in 3 months as deposit flight refuses to relent. People are fleeing from their bank accounts. According to Bank of America's most recent quarterly earnings press release, the lender's average deposits fell from 1.006 trillion in June 30th to 980 billion by September 30th, a reduction of about $26 billion in 3 months. Love to see it. Hopefully they're buying hard assets or crypto or land. Hopefully they're solidifying actual value for the future. We got BOFA, Bank of New York Mellon, and Morgan Stanley are not the only financial giants to see these huge declines in deposits. We also had JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, and Citi collectively record $84 billion in deposit outflows from Q2 to Q3 of this year. Citigroup's interest expense amounted to $21 billion last quarter, a jump of about $185 billion from Q3 of 2022. So their interest is absolutely going parabolic. So, I love to see it. I can only get so erect when I see these banks crumble under their own weight. I mean, they shouldn't be taking, this is the problem with the Kiyosaki mindset of debt is money and just being a part of this monetary centipede to just continue to push the buck down the line. We see it in the mortgage industry too. There's nothing is more favorable in low interest rate environments than to do a bunch of refinancing and to swap the lend and who's holding that loan over to bank to just keep the can kicking down the road, keep it a moving target. It's more difficult to notice that it's broken. So all that's happening. We're going to have more. I know that we're going to have more news on Charles Schwab as the weeks go on, but I don't want to spend too much time harping on it because there's a lot of good crypto stuff happening. We got this from the DeFi Investor crypto watch list for the week ahead. We have Phantom setting up the test net for Sonic, a major upgrade for the platform. It's launching on the 24th, so tomorrow. Slated to increase the Phantom throughput to 4x, which might be interesting to see if that actually pulls it off, but you got to have a bunch of users to get a bunch of liquidity, so we'll see where that goes. Solana has been gaining momentum. Solana's breakout conference Breakpoint conference starts in 10 days. That's going to be good timing. It's had great price actions. I'm sure it's going to have a lot of interest. Polkadot, $400 million in DOT will be unlocked on October 24th, so watch out for that unlock. We also have DYDX. The team stated a few weeks ago that the V4 will launch in October. So we're still keeping an eye out for DYDX's V4 to come out. And then Secret Network, kind of an interesting one. We'll have to do some more investigation on this one. New development roadmap will be revealed on the 26th. So we'll be paying attention, see what the heck that one is made of. But there's some things that are moving, man.
What's Solana at?
Solana, let's check it out. I think it got real close to $30. Let's see here. It's been cooking in. Solana's been another one. I mean, it was very beaten down compared to Ethereum and Bitcoin, but now this is again another point proven. I mean, it's down.
The community is really strong with Solana.
They won't do that.
They have a strong community.
This is the month. Look, just a month ago, this thing was at $19, and now it's trading at just under $30. This is the huge dip we're talking about, though. This is the year. Move my face out. This is what we thankfully avoided in Solana. Major fall after the FTX debacle. All the FUD is still fighting all the FUD about the off and on action that it experienced. It hasn't turned off lately, I don't believe. So it's still just kind of fighting that black spot on its history. But now it seems like things are definitely picking. You have higher lows. So you have this low and a higher low here and a higher low here. Now it is really trying to cook up into the next range.
I mean, what do you think the all-time high is going to be? I mean, do you think it's going to go past all-time highs?
Man, I mean,
curious questioning for you and people watching. What do y'all think?
I would say like $200 is not unreasonable. You know, like $100 would be like the real kind of playing it safe outlook. $100 is right around this area of action. You have kind of an almost stop from the major fall. You have some points where it actually held as support for the short term here. So, you know, $100, but again, $100 is going to be a big mental kind of sell point for a lot of people that are in Solana that are holding. So,
I mean, wasn't the price pumping because Sam was doing some stuff behind the scenes?
There
with it?
There's so many rumors about that. And, you know, really, I always want to bring people the truth. And I can't say 100% that was happening because there hasn't been any proof. I don't like to say things if I'm not 100% confident in their accuracy. What I do know is that it's still fighting the FUD of turning on and off, and it was connected to Alameda's kind of bags of what they were holding. It had a really hard time recovering from that collapse, but now it looks like it's on its up and up. It's forming just a nice little kind of almost like a cup and handle, but it's climbing out. It's got those higher lows coming in on it. And at this point, man, like I'd be looking, if I want to build a bag of Solana, I'm looking to purchase somewhere in the $19, maybe $20 range. Let it come back down a little bit. Like things are going great right now in crypto. You got to keep in mind, man, we're super early. We're probably going to see, you know, Chainlink do a little bit of a pullback before it keeps moving. You know, those might be famous last words, but those are famous last words in the right manner. I do think that we're going to have another just momentary chance to kind of get a nice little pullback, maybe 20% from where we're at right now. So
looks like we got some Solana people in the chat.
Oh yeah,
I also heard rumors that Sam was one turning Solana off and on. I heard that too. I don't know if it's true though.
That's in that I've heard that. We were in the investigation. I had a lot of things that I do have proof about on what Sam was doing, and that didn't come about. So
I mean, question: has it turned off since the whole Sam debacle?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Interesting.
You ever seen him and Sam in the same
I
room?
will say I've faded Solana for like the longest. I remember when people were, the community behind Solana is they're strong. Like I remember when people were fading, they were flooding Solana and the community was like, no, like they stuck with it for so long.
They got a lot of NFTs on there too.
Yeah. And Aaron said NFTs. I actually just got the pre-sale for an NFT project on Solana. And I haven't gotten NFTs in like a long time, but this is because the founder is somebody that's like very active and I talked to them and I was interested in getting it. So
is it a penguin?
It's a dot. If you guys know dot DAWT, it's King Fudd on Twitter, but it's his project. It's still in the pre-sale process, but he's been like shilling Solana to me. He's like, it's fast. Like he's like, it's fast, it's cheap. Why,
I mean, I'm glad you brought up the NFT aspect of it. That the NFT aspect is really why I felt like it was going to be around at least for NFTs. When we saw these nasty lows here, I'll just point them out, the time frame. Everyone was fudding on it. We had Sam, you know, getting drug in front of God and country. This spot is really where I just decided, you know what? I know it's at $9. This is a dirty low price point for it to be, but I just felt like they had such a strong NFT community and so many projects within NFTs on there. I almost felt like NFTs just might gravitate towards this, project in particular in the next bull market. It works fast as long as it stays up. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing to watch. We have kind of a comparison of Solana and Ethereum in 2023. It's a good recap. Just strong. Solana has a strong association with FTX, and the latter's collapsed last year and had significant repercussions for that Sol token. So the 7th largest crypto asset has pursued a strong recovery this year, as we just went over. During the second quarter of 2023, the SEC filed regulatory complaints against Coinbase and Binance, both of which had listed Sol as a security alongside other assets. So that was another part of the FUD he was fighting, that lawsuit from the SEC. Additionally, Solana's DeFi TVL increased by 32% quarter over quarter to 368 million. As a recent Messari report, while the growth is fueled by DeFi and liquid staking protocols rolling out points programs led by MarginFi, Jitto, Cypher, and Blaze Stake. So Solana transaction fees were found to be among the steadiest and cheapest of all networks. And that's just another piece. So I know, kind of the, NFTs, JPEG community, they love cheap fees. They love things to keep working as long as they're left on. Yeah, it had all the on and off FUD with Sam, but now he's gone and it might actually go pretty well. So very interesting thing to see the competitiveness of Solana to Ethereum because, it's kind of in that realm with Solana and Cardano and all these other kind of layer ones pining for their time to shine in the sun in the next bull market against the behemoth of DeFi, which is Ethereum. So some of them will capture their moment in the sun. It's about being positioned ahead of time and knowing when that sun is shining so you can take profits and make your day nice. Then, obviously, I'm a Chainlink maxi. We talk about this all the time. It's outperformed them over 100 cryptos, eyeing the $10 mark. It is there already. Contrast to Link's performance, the Chainlink protocol faced its own set of challenges. Data from the token terminal reveals a noteworthy 50% decline in active users as a substantial 47.5% decrease in revenue over the past month. So something to pay attention for. That's why we might be looking at that real good run up. I'm going to just bring it back again. Don't worry about it. Calm down, Owen. Here we go. There it is. So, I'm going to be watching out for just an absolutely parabolic candle. And if we do experience that before the time frame of the halving comes about in this current situation that we're in, you're darn right. I'm going to be taking profits and moving in other things. But right now, it's looking steady, Freddy. So it's outperforming. We're looking good there in that position. But again, I have built my average entry points at like $4. So now it's time to build out the Avalanche bag. Time to build out the Quant bag. It's an exciting time for me in crypto because it's now time to start planting the seeds. It's time to start getting your garden ready and sowing those seeds. And you have to take care of it. You have to study, understand how far apart they need to be, what season you need to be in. It's the same as I'm a gardener.
Man, the problem right now is nobody has the money to start doing it.
Oh, man. I hear that, but I started from a very, very small amount of money years ago. Okay, so I've heard that. I was definitely middle class. I'd work, probably 3 middle class jobs at a time to live in the house that I did because it was a beautiful home, right? I was very, very tight on money. I know that sentiment that you just don't have the capital. You can start with a very, very small amount. And if you're focused and you're steadfast on the right projects, your life can change. Absolutely. It's happened to me. It's basically been the most empowering thing for me outside of playing against the Federal Reserve and their interest rates. Playing the mortgage market has made me the most money, but crypto is definitely close second in hand. And I wouldn't say, what would if you have $50 able to be invested every month, right? Like we spend $10 on Netflix, we spend $5 delivery fee on our Uber Eats. We spend all of these other little things, and if you start thinking about all of those $5 little hits that you're taking, and combine those into a big basket that you can DCA every month, that's where it's at, man. That's where it's at. There is no too small. You gotta crawl before you can walk.
You know what? Does you know the app Acorns?
Acorns? Yeah, I've heard of that.
Does Acorns have an auto investment into crypto?
No,
That's
but
a good
you
question.
can you can set it up on Coinbase or something.
Was that Ashton
You just have
Kutcher?
it do a recurring buy.
That would be pretty sick.
I think so.
Acorns is great, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah. If you guys, I mean, it's just helped me personally. If you guys
Yeah.
are looking for a passive way to just save money, have money go straight from one account to
For reference, everybody, what it does is it rounds up every purchase that you make to the dollar. I think it's to the dollar. You can probably change it to whatever, but it rounds it up to the dollar and it takes all of that and puts it in like a separate thing. So
and you can also set up like auto transfers from like from a checking account to your Acorns account, and it invests it for you.
Let's think about that. So if you can save $200 a month,
Yo,
you have
if
a
you need
year.
a code.
You need a code? Oh my God! What?
If you need a code for Acorns,
She's got all the codes.
What
I
are you?
got you.
The code
Are we
no, you
sponsored
get a
by
referral.
Acorn?
You get a referral.
Are we sponsored by
Yeah,
Acorn
please
now?
use it.
We might get sponsored by Voodoo IPA.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I heard.
But let's think about it. So you have a year from now to really, really get some good positions, right? If you save $200 a month and you're able to put, what's the 200 times 12? So what, $2,400 or something like that? $2,400. I started my entire account with $3,500 like 5 years ago or 4 years ago. And it got up from 3,500 to 110. Okay. So there is no, I'm out of it, man. I can't do it. You can make focused moves in every month to put that money aside, put it in the right projects. You can absolutely change your financial future. You just have to have focus and determination. What you got?
I want to pause. Hopefully not like Solana ever again. But what are we at, Owen? Like 83 likes and over 200 viewers?
Yes.
Guys, hit the like button.
221 watching. Everybody hit the like.
Smash it.
Hit the
we
like
got the focus on crypto's coming back. I can feel it.
Energy's good.
Yeah. And shout out to everyone that was here when it was savage. We're sitting here stacking cheap altcoins.
That's when I was preparing, and now I can just sit back and be like, oh, yes.
Yep.
Pump my bags.
Absolutely. Let's see here. So what did pump the price? So there's a little bit of indications that China might be behind it. This is from Trust Nodes. Sudden spike in Bitcoin's price just as China woke up on Friday was a rare event. For this Monday, the data is less clear, but most of Bitcoin's gains overnight were when the Asian market woke up. So we're absolutely excited to have a special guest coming in the studio this week that I'm going to have digging deeply into this China buy. There's some things that happened on Friday. So let's take a look. So China's central bank injected $100 billion into their lending market on Friday. That's what's happened.
That's a lot of money.
Yep, that's a lot of money. There's some things broken in the Chinese markets right now, and they're doing some fixing in the background. On Monday, today, China has made the largest injection on record of 1-year policy loans on Monday. This comes after China unexpectedly implemented a biggest rate cut since flu season. China also cut rates on $6 trillion worth of mortgages. All as the bank run began at the Bank of Guangzhou on fears that the collapse of Evergrande made them insolvent, just more dominoes falling, all in connection to the giant collapse of Evergrande, which is still ongoing and already forgotten about by finance people, which is hilarious because it's absolutely going to jack some traditional stocks up. So that's what's going on there. We have a little bit more on it, and this is a recap of this situation, 2023 China. So Evergrande has filed for Chapter 15 bankruptcy. The largest tax cuts since 2008 have been announced, and that was right around the housing crisis. Interest rates lowered on $6 trillion of mortgages, which makes up a large portion of their economy. Unexpected cuts in rates by most since 2020 and bank runs began. All this, now the government is planning a new stimulus package. So it's absolutely coming. They're going to print to save their economy. The shutdowns and the totalitarian controls of flu season are coming to reap their pain on the Chinese markets, and they're going to print their way out of it. Just the situation at hand. That's basically what I see on them. But this was really crazy. This is from Joshua Jake. These are Chinese vessels colliding with Philippine boats on a resupply mission. This is absolutely crazy. We got to watch this.
What?
Yeah, this is nuts. So I'll pull this full screen.
What is this?
This is Filipino resupply boats being hit by the Chinese Navy when they're trying to go through their trades. Because this is kind of the arbitrage that China is trying to do with its Navy in the trade system. Let's check this out. You ready for this, Owen? Boom.
Oh,
that's the Chinese vessel. Right here. This is another angle.
Oh, they're just straight up hitting the boat. I thought it was like a missile or something. I didn't know they were playing bumper cars out there.
They're playing bumper cars. And the reason why I wanted to show that is because this is the soft-sided little, push and shove that China's doing out in the waters right now. And it is important to note, just in the overall naval setup, it sounds like we're either moving the Gerald forward or another large strike group over to the Persian Gulf.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's about time we start flying some B-7 bombers or B-2 bombers over there.
Oh, I have that too. God, you spoke to me. Let me see if I can find it. Don't pull this up. I'm going to see if I can find it because there's been some serious hardware movements. Let's see. God, you got Gordon Ramsay saying "what" to me on here. This is unbelievable. Yeah, we're moving some serious bombers over there, and then we are moving a strike group over to the Persian Gulf, basically just positioning them closer to Iran. So
interesting.
Yeah, we're actually gonna see some kickoff with Iran. It really sucks, but and what is it? Box mining, no more memes. What is Skid Marks talking about?
About to get the boot.
Oh yeah, Nicole, let us know in the chat if you would like to be a moderator.
Oh yeah,
you're absolutely wonderful. So give us a shout if you want to do that.
I would love that.
I'm going to pull up this. So this is China's digital currency system. I don't really need music on this, but what's going on here is the shop at China's self-service grocery stores. You now need a minimum social credit score of 550.
What?
We're screwed.
Yeah, well, we don't have to be. They're screwed. Okay, there's a difference between China and America, and that is 80 million gun owners, the largest standing army on earth. So, here we are in America watching this. We taking notes. I have no intention to exist in a society that has controls on what I can eat according to my credit score. Absolutely not.
It's so weird. Like, why would the store itself care?
Well, it's the infrastructure. It's the control that cares, and then the stores just follow suit. They want to continue to get funding. They want advertisement ability. When you have a government that has controls like the CCP have with their internal markets, then you kind of have to,
Don't they track their activity as well and stuff?
They track everything out there.
Hey, congrats, Nicole.
Yes.
Look at that.
Nicole,
this reminds me, honestly, of Whole Foods. You can check out with... like Amazon.
Yes.
Wait, what even is it? You can check out, or they're working on it. You're going to be able to check out with your irises, I believe.
But that's like biotech. Like that's different than like actually having a number associated with it.
They will be one and the same is the problem.
Right. I've seen videos.
Don't they give them points and stuff for how active they are or something like that?
Well, how active they are, if they've paid their tickets, how well they do on their school.
That's crazy.
I got a parking ticket this morning.
You did?
Yeah. But I don't know the laws. Like this place that I always park at, I don't know all the laws. So like I dispute them and usually it's fine. Imagine if we couldn't do that. Like imagine
you make a little mistake
onto you.
Like that money could have gone into crypto, Hannah.
Just have to pay it for real. Well, I hopefully won't have to pay it because I can dispute it. But imagine if you couldn't, like it was just tied to you and your social credit score. But have you guys seen the videos? I think it's by Amazon of like their grocery stores, like Whole Foods. You walk in, you pick what you want, you leave. It charges you.
Yes.
Because all of your money is digital.
Yeah.
It's all connected to you.
I think it's going off your phone though. I think.
We think.
They're going to be testing this in organic food stores. You notice how they test in Whole Foods in an Amazon conglomerate that acts like it's all organic and like it's all fresh. They have more of a left-leaning basis. So they're probably going to get more people to sheeple on in and get after it and get that iris scan.
Quick and it's convenient and it's helping them be more productive.
Here's the deal though. Like
maybe it is.
Everybody's phones is already doing it. like it has been for what?
It's not. Our phone isn't blocking us from purchasing things like food, though.
No, I know, but that's,
you know,
but Whole Foods is definitely what's the word? Like it's not a base level food thing. Like that's a commodity, like a something that you would like a luxury even.
Yeah.
So it would be like I mean who knows, right? But coming from the social credit score, what you were talking about, like those EBT stores that accept EBT. Nakudo, welcome to OG status, baby.
Heyo.
We love Nakudo.
Yes.
But it would be like places that allow you to use like EBT services to get food and groceries. That would be like a lower credit score maybe, and then that's just it's shutting certain people in society out,
right?
And they don't even have an opportunity to like shop at these places that other.
Wait,
people,
is it doing that?
No, but it could.
If they win, they're going to starve me out, and here's why: because Bragg's is a scam.
Crazy.
Whoa.
Here we go.
This
what is that?
Has been used, like my wife has been really smart and great about making sure my gut biome is well balanced here. You have to have a good balance of good biome to bad biome in your guts. Bragg's has been something we've been hoping that would stay true, and unfortunately something happened to Bragg's.
Close up.
Something happened here, and I just didn't notice this happened, so I'm pissed. What happened was in 2019, Katy Perry bought Bragg's. Okay.
Oh Lord.
Katy Perry.
She bought it?
Really wholesome individual here.
Who chose that picture?
I know. And
Come on.
She bought Bragg's, and it was I think she was dating Orlando Bloom. That's who she's dating. Yeah. But the thing about it is that they work with a new program. Did anyone guess what the new program that Bragg's apple cider vinegar works with?
I'm scared.
They work with A-Peel. Oh, yay. So, what is A-Peel? Well, A-Peel is a plant-based protection that helps produce the produce you love stay fresh for longer, they say. In other words, it's a chemical coating put on your produce, which you can't wash off, so it doesn't brown or decompose in a normal amount of time. So saves plastic, right? Save the environment. Die. Yes. Gates is buying up farmland and pushes lab-grown meat as well. A-Peel brags that its use of monoglycerides and diglycerides, but these additives are byproducts of oil processing, including a partially hydrogenated canola and soybean oil, which contains artificial trans fats, a dangerous food ingredient known to cause coronary artery disease and link to 50,000 fatal heart attacks a year. So this is the moral of the story. You cannot have nice things if you stay quiet. That is the moral of the story. Now that I know this is bullshit, I am going to be yelling about it at the farmer's market as I purchase local goods, because that's what we need to do if we want to turn this
drink some right
around.
here on the live stream.
I'm not drinking this.
Drink it? Anyone?
No, I'm not doing it.
Bro, people
Absolutely not.
So many people take shots of this every single day.
I know.
Apparently doing it daily is really bad for you.
It should be really good for your health, though.
I know.
People believe
supposed to
in
be.
cleansing your hair with this.
No.
To
There's
help
a thing.
your
Hold
scalp.
on.
People believe
the
in
main
bathing
thing
in it.
Is the gut, though, Hannah? The
the
main.
gut.
It's not superficial. The main thing is the gut. You got to fix your gut.
Isn't it bad for your throat, though?
Gut. You got to. You have a balance. We should have 80% good biome and 20% bad gut biome in our stomachs. Right now, with the sad American diet, we base the standard American diet, SAD. We have a 20% good biome to 80% bad biome ratio, which they also refer to as candida, which can include basically brain fog, a lack of vigor, excitement to do things, really dull. A doled out person is what happens when you have that gut biome jacked up. That's what we have all over America. And, you have to, yes, yogurt, another good move, but you can only get so much out of it. So stuff like this, sauerkraut, that's another good way to do it, but it's tough to get that good balance in your stomach with our current availability in food.
And the price of it, man.
Oh, I know. And the price, like to get the good stuff, they squeeze you
Oh man,
Who replaced Drew with BJ for today's health segment?
No, me and BJ. I mean, like BJ is almost like a chemist. Like sometimes I have no idea what he's saying.
He just says big words to sound smart, probably.
Well, I am a hillbilly that's been paying attention to smart people, and I have a good attention span. So I'm nothing special. I don't think that I have a 200 IQ, but I have a lot of retention and a lot of focus. And you can have the same. It doesn't take some amazing aficionado to understand that you need a good gut balance. You just need to be cognizant about it and think about how people ate previous to this gigantic system of just-in-time deliveries for food. It was much different. We used to have to chase our food around in the forest, and we'd spend a bunch of energy getting it. We would stab it. We would cheer. And then we'd hang it up, we would wait to dry it, and then we'd eat it. There's a lot of energy you'd spend to get food. Now we just drive through the drive-through and get it handed to us.
Yeah, we're in a really weird spot. Especially, I say we're. Let me stand for the single people here.
Yeah,
single people are in a very strange spot as far as buying food, a financial spot.
Yeah,
we're in a spot right now where it's. First of all, very expensive to buy the stuff that we should be eating, the healthy things,
right?
And it's even getting expensive to buy the like meats and like obviously vegetables and things like that. And you can't really buy single person sizes of this food. Like you're buying something and it's for 3 people, it's for 4 people, it's
That's
for 5
a good
people.
point.
And we can't, unless you want to eat the same thing over and over and over again, like which some people do, but I mean that's miserable. We can't utilize all of that food because we just can't eat it all, and then it goes bad and it's just wasting. So it's like we're in a really weird spot right now where it's like really expensive to buy the things that you should eat, and like half of it goes to waste.
Yes,
but it's also really bad to not do that. Like if you eat out or whatever, you have to be really conscious about it, and there's not really that many great non-processed food options,
right?
So it's like
you have to really look to be healthy. You have to really make it a deal.
It's a nightmare.
I know. And having extra leftovers, I mean, that problem does not go away when you have a bunch of kids. It actually, I would say, gets worse, because then your kids, like, you want to really provide for them. So you'll buy them a whole cheeseburger. They'll eat half of it. Yeah. Oh, I'm so full. And then Dad, I'm sitting there cleaning up 5 plates that all have like half the amount of food on them. I'm getting thick.
You know what I call people that have leftovers?
What's that?
Quitters.
Quitters?
Yeah. And you know what I think about family-sized bags of things? A challenge.
There's a lot of people like talking about like saving your food and just eating, like doing like meal prep stuff, which is fine. And like a lot of people do that. A ton of people do that. But if you're like into food or something, like eating the same thing like 3 times a week at least is like
rice and chicken gets old, man.
It sucks.
It gets old.
Even then, I buy like pretty much rice, chicken, vegetables. End up spending $50.
I can only put so many sauces on it to change it up.
Which might not be a lot, but for one, like, I don't know.
I love pizza leftovers, but the moral of the story is we better get to making money faster than inflation, because it's crushing the middle class. It's crushing the lower class. The difficulty to feed ourselves good, nutritious food is becoming more and more every month as this inflation level continues to increase. That's why I make sure to tell everyone, is anyone possible that can start their own victory garden, go ahead and do so. Learn how to grow some food. Nothing is more sovereign than a sovereign bruh who's cooking up his own tomatoes and peppers. So keep that in mind. We're going to need to be sovereign into the future, especially on the heels of some very, very dangerous news that came out earlier last night. So FinCEN seeks to impose strict surveillance requirements on broadly defined class of Bitcoin mixers. All right, so this we're going to have to dig into a little bit to get the context. This is FinCEN's first ever use of Section 311 authority. What's Section 311 authority? This is a great explanation from Lynn Alden. A lot of people who are caught up on bullishness of the potential Bitcoin ETF. Meanwhile, FinCEN is proposing to apply Section 311 of the Patriot Act against basically all types of crypto privacy, including on non-custodial methods. Everything. They want to know everything. Notably, if successful, it is still in the proposal phase, good to note, it would be a big extension of the mandate to apply to the section to a class of transactions rather than a particular custodial entity. Certain types of math and software would become illegal or sanctioned. That's what's happening. code is being brought into question. The creation of this mixing tech and being able to have private transactions is going to be illegal if you do not stand up against this. That's what's happening right now. We need to have a concerted effort across the United States to do away with the Patriot Act. Do not let them continue this charade. Make it known it's been 22 years.
Crazy.
We're not in that emergency anymore, you guys. You're out there creating the next emergency. That's what's happening right now. They're trying to extend this 2-decade-old process that is an absolute infringement on privacy into normalcy. And as people stay distracted and divided and yelling at each other about which bathroom they're using or whatever it is that the mainstream media's got you focused on at the time being, they're doing this in the background. This absolute control, this system of destruction of our privacy is happening in the background. You have to be loud. You are running out of time. You are running out of time. We have the WorldCoin. I hate WorldCoin to death. I hope this thing goes and burns in the 7th level of Dante's Inferno. I don't even care what this subject is. This is people scanning their eyeballs for cryptocurrency, giving up their biometric data to a private system that can sell it to a nefarious actor later on. That's flat out what that is. So data is going to be very, very sought after, especially biometric data and the data of your retinas, of your eyes, of your biometric makeup. That's going to be very, very pricey, good to get your hands on in 10 years from now. People are giving it away for $15, $20 worth of some brand new crypto project. Pull your head out of your ass.
Aren't they giving like free French fries out to scan your eyes?
Whoa, now I'm interested.
Speaking of food,
remember the New York mayor or whatever it was? He was like giving out hamburgers and fries to jab yourself at like the height of flu season. That was brutal.
I'd have taken it. I'd have done it. Yeah. I didn't get anything for doing mine.
Right.
Sam Altman was on the Joe Rogan podcast talking about like the future of AI and how he doesn't want anything bad to happen. He wants humanity. He likes being a human. He wants humanity to like be great still. He doesn't want AI to like ruin us, whatever, but he's obviously he's bullish on AI. He wants it to do well. He is the CEO of OpenAI. He was the one with WorldCoin in Africa getting all these low-income people to come scan their irises for a few cents of WorldCoin.
Yeah.
Like a few months ago. And now he's on Joe Rogan and he's like...
I felt really greasy. Like they seemed really greasy about it, releasing it immediately to the most like unrested, like civil unrest is all over everywhere. People need money and they're like, scan your eyeballs and I'll give you $10.
And Joe Rogan asked him like, so what have you done? And like, they didn't even really touch on WorldCoin at all. They just talked about AI in the future. And like, it was great. And after that, like, I'm sure most people that listen to it like him after listening to that podcast. But it's like, did y'all forget?
I think Sam fears what he's done. I think that Sam is a prepper because he fears what he has done. And he knows that it's an out of control freight train that's going to take time to realize how out of control it is. He seems to strike me as having the same concerns that Elon Musk did on that famous Rogan podcast where he took a big old doobie and let us know we're all dusted in 10 years from now. So shout out to him. We have the European Central Bank. It's moving forward with its CBDC project after concluding a 2-year research phase. I won't get into this too much because guess what? I got ahead of the news. If you followed the Blockchain Basement videos, you would see that I covered this on Saturday in great detail with the fourth turning. So check out the fourth turning. Israel ignites the final step. It is on our Blockchain Basement YouTube. And make sure to get some hit merch if you get a chance. We have some good collections out. I got my XRP shirt. Yes, I hold XRP. Have for years. Plan on selling it in the top of the market just the same as the rest. So this is XRP section. We have actually a deal going on XRP right now, so 10% off for that one. And in general, make sure to follow me. I keep forgetting to show my my profile here. Let's see here. I'll go to my profile.
The Druth.
I'm at the Druth. If you see this chaotic robot figure in front of a red backdrop, and then me smiling and
love that picture,
being ever so wholesome,
I'm
ever
getting
so
that
wholesome.
tattooed.
I'm leaving this picture up. I don't care how many. Like, I'll get people that follow me and then they'll see my profile picture and then immediately unfollow. And I don't care. Get off my lawn. It says explicitly in my Twitter
Get
account
off
if you
my
can
lawn.
handle me. Get off my lawn. But if you can handle me, if you can handle the truth, then come on down at Druth Crypto on the Twitters. So we got a lot of stuff. It's an exciting week going on in crypto. If you're here early, if you got in before all the pumps, congratulations. But by God, wait for a nice little pullback. We should have one. I'm looking for entry points on Chainlink if I'm getting more in the 950 range. And we still have time. Thankfully, we still have time. Spread the message. Fight against the tyranny of the Patriot Act being expanded into long-term law, because this is a fight for our survival. Guys, do you have any parting thoughts?
Let's party.
Let's party?
I got above 100 likes.
You got the party
Hit the
thoughts?
likes on the
For
way
sure.
out.
Yes.
We love you. It was a great show.
likes.
We had a great time. We're going to be back tomorrow with a very, very special guest, one of the top minds in crypto. Do not miss it. Let's see if you can get it. There it is.
Yeah.
But make sure you do not miss tomorrow's show. And until next time, we bid you adieu.
Go touch some grass.
Good